Hey, hello guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to LetCode. In this video, we're going to take a look on new feature from Playwright in the version 1.23.2 that is network replay. So we are going to achieve that with the help of a file called HAR, okay, HAR. So what is HAR in the sense like it stands for HTTP archive, okay. Primarily, it is used to identify the performance issues like bottlenecks and slow load time. Okay, so for example, whenever we load a page, right? If you go to our DevTools and if you go to the network tab, we can see like what are the HTTP request, images, CSS, or like what are the request is going to send. We can see all those stuff, right? So all those stuff will be combined in a file, and that is what the HAR file is all about. Okay, it is a format used for tracking information between a web browser and a website. So that is all about HAR. I will show you in the demo. Okay. So before that, the prerequisite is very simple. We have to update our Playwright. Go to your package.json and update the version Playwright test to 1.23.2. Okay. And after that, make sure you are going to use the npm i command to install all the latest dependencies, and then followed by npx playwright install to get the Playwright library, and as well as to update all the browser to the latest version. Okay, so let's see the demo. So here we have this website called Bookscart. Okay, now if I go to the inspect, that is to bring the Chrome DevTools, and by the way, HAR is like a standardized across all the web browsers, so you can do the same in Firefox, Edge, Opera, or whatever browser it is. Okay, let's go to the network tab, and here I have this preserve log, so that like all the logs can be like appended, not appended, like it will just preserve the logs. Okay, so let me refresh the page, and here you can see like it loaded and it has like lot of requests, right? So if you see the fetch, and you can see like basically the header, you can select this is taking some I mean it is getting some data from this particular endpoint. And here also we have like users, and here we have like wish list, and it's getting all the books and then categories, and these are basically my css. Okay, and then if you go to the image here, so here you can see like if you go to the preview, you can see like the swagger icon, the books, like here we can see all the books, right? So whatever the books images, the xhr, the request and response, we can see everything here, right? Now if I go and export this is basically my har format. Okay, so har format is nothing but it looks like a json file. Okay, so we have exported that. Now let's see how to use that. Okay, so for that I'm going to use the HAR Analyzer from Google Apps. So here you can just choose the file that we exported now, which is books.har. And if I open this, you can see like all the details. Okay, so for example, if you go here, like let's go and search from books, right? So if you go to this endpoint like API/book, here you can see the request, you can see the response, you can see the response content, like how many books are there. We got those, and the image URL as well, right? So if you go here, you can see the images, everything, right? So basically HAR file contains all the details when we load a page, or when we send a request, or when we get a response, right? So also make sure like you are not going to share your har file outside of your team. Of course you can share it to your testing team or the dev team, but not outside, because this file will contain the cookies and some caches will be also there. So security threats might be there, like your credentials also saved. Already we have discussed like using the cookies we can log in, right, in Playwright. So same thing, so make sure you are not going to share this HAR file with outside your team. Okay, now this is how the HAR file will be useful. So what dev will do, like dev will check like how much this API took, and how many seconds, or how many seconds it took to load the page, to load the particular image. Can we compress the image, like that? Based on the performance, we devs can test. But as a tester, and of course with the help of Playwright, what we are going to do, let's learn that. Okay, so we learned like how to generate the HAR file with the help of Chrome. Now let's see how to generate the same with the help of Playwright. Okay, so here I have a very simple script, like await page.goto, and I'll wait until the all the DOM content is loaded, and then we have wait for timeout. just for the sake. And here I'm going to say like await, then followed by page dot route from HAR, and first argument is the file name. Let's say that we are going to save in the folder called HARs, not HARs, let make it like HAR, and then followed by name it like books API dot HAR file. Okay, and then we have few options here. So one is the update. Okay, so update in the sense like if we give true, that means it's going to generate the HAR file. Okay, if it's false means it is going to load from the HAR file. Okay, and let's go to our config file. So here you can select within the test match. Already I have given the file name. So let's bring out terminal, and I'm going to say npm test to run the file. And if you go here, you can see like as of now we have har demo. Once the test is completed, we'll get a folder called har, har, and within that we'll get some files as well. Let me show you that. So here you can see like our browser got loaded, and it's going to close after 5 seconds. Okay, so here you can see like we got a new folder called HAR, and within that you can see like we got all the images from the book, like whatever we saw on the page, we are able to see the same here, right? And this is basically your content.js. That means like we saw something like here, right? If you go to this, where is that? Okay, so here you can see in the response like the response content, you can see like we got all the books, right? The same thing here also you can see like it is saved in this particular name. Okay, so if I go to the har file itself, books api.har, you can see like we are getting like what is the browser, what are the entries, like it is going to this particular site, and then uh, yeah, so here you can select this is the content in the sense like if you go to this particular HTML file, which is f1, right? Yeah, where is the f1? Yeah, this is the f1, right? So here you can see that we got the HTML file as well. So based on this, kind of like it's a JSON but not actually a JSON. So based on this har file, you can find all the details like where it's sending request, from where we are getting the response, and like of course it will store all your cookies, so make sure it is in a safe hand. Okay, okay, fine, that's not an issue. So we understood how to generate the har file. Now what we are actually going to do with this har file as a tester? So basically we are going to uh, playback. Okay, so if you see the documentation, it says like network replay. So we are going to replay this. How? So for this demonstration, like let's say that we want to search for a book like HP 7. Once this is loaded, I just want to click it. Okay, so very simple demo. Okay, but assume that your test environment is down, or you are not getting some data from the database, it is down, or because of some reason you are not able to do the testing, UI testing. Okay, I'm not talking about checking the request and response, I'm talking about the UI testing. So we need a mock-up, we need a UI where we can run our test, right? So as already we have loaded this, like already we have the har file, now we can load that into our browser and we can perform the UI testing. Okay, so for example here, of course we have to make it false so that it will use from where the har file is generated. Okay, so the same path, so no need to change there. Just to show you the demo, I'm going to turn off my internet. Okay, so assume that my database is down or my server is down and I do not have access to those, but I want to write some UI testing. Okay, and here if I go and refresh this page, you can see like we have no internet now. Okay, now I'm going to this two lines, right? So this is basically going to search in the search HP7, and it's going to click on the first data. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my terminal and I'm going to run this test one more time. Let's see what happens. So here you can see like we got our browser and the page is also loaded. It is able to search. The search is working because these are like offline stuff. It is not sending a new request, new post request to any server. So that's why it's able to work. Okay. So that is how we can make use of the har file. So if you want to generate the har file, you can make this update equal to true and we'll store all the data And in case if there is any downtime and you want to write some UI testing, right? So of course we can write the UI testing, right? With the UI we got all the elements. We have few datas we can write, like if it's displayed, enable the basic UI stuff, whatever we do in our testing we can continue that even though your application is down entirely. Okay, but make sure this might not be work when your application basically sends a request to another um server. Okay, for example, I was trying the same with uh, let's letcode.in/elements this page. Okay, basically I was trying to search here and check like if data are getting populated, but this search basically needs third party, like I'm using the GitHub API, so there it has to communicate, it will get the response, then only we can do, right? So markup in the sense like it's kind of dummy data, right? So here in this particular page, the data are, once we get the data we can just add and we can search, like that we can do. Okay, so based on a website, it might not be helpful for everyone, but if you have a website like this which store the data in the local, then definitely we can use it. Okay, so it's basically like mocking up and you can just network replay it. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comments. To be honest, I never used this har file in my testing career. I just saw the update from Playwright and I was very curious to know like what is this and how we can do the network replay stuff. So I was searching a bit about the HAR and I found few details. Based on that, I have done this video. In some places, I might be wrong, but not entirely wrong. At least in terms of testing, like if you have the HAR file, definitely we can do some UI testing. That is what I have learned and I have shared this. If you feel like I have went somewhere wrong, you can do let me know in the comments. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon. Tada, bye bye. Take care.